Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Manga Man Drew, and I'm here to do my manga reaction to Chainsaw Man Manga Chapter 138. Yeah, it's been a 2-week break, and if I sound any differently, it's most likely because I'm getting over a sickness, but I am doing a lot better. Now I can scream and not feel immediately bad afterwards. But that is besides the fact. We are going to be doing the reaction. I have no idea what's going to be happening in this chapter. I saw something on Twitter, because of course I did, and I didn't really see anything impactful, but an implication that is coming from what this chapter is most likely within it. So I have no idea. Sorry about those noises, busy streets and all, but I have no idea what's really in this chapter for specific reasons. So we're just going to be diving right into it and see what this chapter is as we get... Oh, I forgot. The last chapter was literally Denji going on a date with a very horny woman, and it ended with him literally bashing a whole bunch of people's brains in, which there was a video that someone had of the song, and it was actually fantastic, and I loved it. They edited the music to what was being sung as the panels were going around, so if this was ever animated, it would be amazing. But that's besides the point. Denji literally beat them up, and the girl that went on the date that wanted to get on his bones is now attacking him, and now Denji is not going to hesitate and literally hit a woman with a baseball bat. By the way, oh yeah, she picked up a baseball bat from one of the other people that's on the ground bloody. I do not think that they are dead, but we have Chainsaw Man Chapter 138, Sword Man. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, sword. No, I'm thinking of Katana Man. I'm not thinking of Sword Man, but I'm kind of seeing what's happening. We see Denji and this girl, they're about to fight. She runs up at him with the bat. The dude, Denji is preparing to go in for a swing, but right before he goes in for a swing, we see a dude with a gun pointing the gun at Denji, about to fire. And then... Oh! Okay, they're actually not gonna fight. That's actually really cool. I'm glad. Okay. Denji isn't being screwed over by a woman yet. But yes, what we see is that she throws the bat at the guy with the gun. He gets a bloody nose, most likely goes unconscious. It's just... And from what we see, Denji's as we have her picking up the gun, it's geez, it's only a model gun. Don't scare me like that. Okay. Alright, cool. It's a fake gun. It's probably a BB gun. As we have this individual is guys attacking with baseball bats wouldn't have a gun, would they? Makes sense though. Alright, give me a moment. I'm going to have to pause this video. Sorry. Back. Where were we? Oh yeah. She pretty much confirms that she's not the enemy by saying that, well, maybe. I'm not sure. Denji's the one that is asking her, aren't you the enemy? She's huh? Why would I be your enemy? As you just have Denji's you were freaking singing while I fought those dudes. That is a very fair point from Denji. Also, his experiences with women pretty much clouds his judgment. I forget his name. Yep, I was right. I remember Yoshida. Yeah, he appears out of nowhere and pretty much tells Denji who is with him right now. And he says that her name is Fumiko Mifune. She's your junior. As you just have Denji turn around, why are you here? And she's I'm with Public Safety Devil Extermination Special Division 7. I'm in charge of guarding you and other stuff during your student life, Denji Senpai. And that's why I'm in high school at the age of 20. Jeez! Okay. Alright, that crosses a line. Denji's 16, 17. I mean, this actually isn't the first time someone who's older than Denji has tried to seduce him. Gosh. We're just gonna move on for that with Denji just saying, if you're my bodyguard, how come you kept singing when I got attacked? As you just have her say, as you have Yoshida's why is that? And you just have her turn to the side as because I didn't want my songs getting interrupted. Oh, she's so selfish. And you just have Denji's What is wrong with you guys? Even Yoshida's just look at her with like a sweat drop that's like, wow. Wow, okay. You're a horrible bodyguard. That's probably going through his mind right now. Which, I mean, to be fair, if you see that you are protecting someone and they are constantly getting attacked, you should probably do something. But you just have Yoshida just chiming in. It's like, anyway, you are Chainsaw Man. Getting attacked by someone who knows your identity comes with the territory. That's why I assigned a bodyguard to you. No possessions we can use to identify them. I thought as much. So Chainsaw Man's strong, even though he doesn't transform her. I was impressed. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like, that's something that I kind of expected from Denji because of just shonen tropes. But it's very fun that they were able to point this out. I forgot her name, but you just have Mefume or Fumiko. Oh, Mefune. So yeah, Fumiko, I'm probably gonna call her Fumiko. Fumiko, it's like, you were super cool, you know? Gosh, Denji's going to fall for it, probably. But you know what? I'm not even going to have faith. I'm not going to have faith in Denji. Denji's like, you're only coming on to me as part of the job, right? Talk about a letdown. And she just have Fumiko, it's like, I'm really into you, senpai. As you have Denji's like, you are? How could I not be, coming from Fumiko? Senpai, you're the one and only Chainsaw Man. And you just have Yoshida's just hitting her on the head with his hand. It's like, as for you, do your job. And she's like, ouch. Also, let's not forget, she is 22. Which, I mean, it's still bad. She's like, at minimum, 4 years. Oh gosh, I just realized the implication. She is 4 years his senpai, or 4 years his senior, but is calling her a senpai because he's a... Oh, wait. I just realized. Okay, that's junior. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, wait, no. She says you're... okay. So, here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this now. The implication here is that Denji is most likely in his second or third year of high school. I would say that most likely than not, he is in his second year because of the fact that she is considered his junior. Now, that could be due to, like, actual junior-senpai relationships within the school system, or, like, junior-senpai... Well, no. It would have to be in the school system, school way, because if it was in, like, the workforce, she wouldn't be referring to him as, like... Well, technically he would. So, we still don't know whether or not he's in school or this has to do with the Devil Hunters, but the fact that they're specifically talking about school and how she's acting, most likely it is referring to the fact that she most likely is in a grade below him, which means that Denji is most likely in his second or third year, which means that he's probably around 16 or 17 at this time. I've never looked at the wiki at his age. This is my speculation. They could have confirmed it either way. I just went on this tangent probably for nothing. And I'll probably look it up after I finish the reaction. But that's going to be for Future Me's problem. But yeah, you just have Denji that comes to this conclusion that like she's into him. Fumuki. Oh my gosh, I forgot her name. I'm going to have to go back. Fumiko Yoshida Denji. Yeah, Yoshida's like, sorry, Denji, I'll set her straight. You won't have to fight again. As you just have Denji's like, no, sure. I think he realized, oh, no, I actually liked fighting. Oh, we're back to Asa and Yoru. As Asa's just leaning on the bed, looking at the TV, as we have a news anchor who's like, in our next segment, we'll be looking into the beautiful high school devil hunter everyone's been talking about. As you just have Asa's like, beautiful? The buzz around the beauty. Also, what's even more hilarious is that the image that they are using is actually Asa, and we know for a fact, well, actually, do we know if it's Asa? Do we know? I think the scars are actually on her face when she goes into Yoru. But that would be interesting. If I don't know if that's canonically confirmed within the story that everyone can see it, but I think everyone can. So I do think that Asa is the one that they're calling beautiful. Also, most likely, if she had a scar on her face, people wouldn't call her beautiful, even though scars really do not do that much to really interfere with a person's beauty. But that's just me. But yeah, she's pretty much contemplating, like, what's going on. Yoru's like, This recognition we are receiving isn't so bad. I feel as though a thirst of mine is being quenched. As you just have Asa just like, we aren't doing this for the praise though. We're doing it to save Chainsaw Man. As you have Yoda's like, indeed, we do this to kill Chainsaw Man. Yeah, we understand there are two Chainsaw Men. As you just have Yoda's like, still, it's maddening to think that Chainsaw Man also experienced this rush. Fame doesn't feel so great to me coming from Asa. In fact, it creeps me out. As Yoda's just looking, it's like, why? And Asa's like, why? She's looking like just her eyes glazed over. It's like, because it's an invasion of my privacy or something. And Yoru's just looking with disgust at Asa. Asa's just making excuses at this moment. And she's looking at someone praising her. And she's just looking and she's smiling. Oh my gosh. She is, oh gosh. They are made for each other. What? Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna wait. We just have Denji looking at a poster. Chainsaw Man Church membership. Join the Chainsaw Man Church. Support Chainsaw Man and Asa as Chainsaw Man Church member. And you just have this individual. We don't know who it is. It's like, ticks you off, doesn't it? How they're putting Chainsaw Man side by side with the fresh-faced nobody. And Denji just hears this. He looks over at the person. Okay. Oh, I think we know who this is. Asa Mitaka, Chainsaw Man Church poster girl / high school student. They say scars appear on her face when she fights devils. A pretty memorable character, isn't she? Oh, okay, so this confirms that literally people can actually see the scars on her face. Oh, that's great. Oh, man, I was literally just talking about that moments ago earlier in this video. Okay, that's great. As we have Denji's like, why do strangers keep talking to me lately? As you just have this stranger, most likely the other Chainsaw Man, it's like, you don't know me? It's cool. No. Okay. Oh, spoilers for I think this is like the killing devil. The devil that had like the plague mask on. I'm like 90% sure this is him right now, just due to the aesthetic that I saw from him. Or is it the gun devil? Is it Maki? Not Maki. Is it Aki? Oh, that would be great. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, all of this is coming in. It's like, it's cool. I don't remember you either. You ought to know me though, Chainsaw Man. It's like, okay, for real. Who are you? If you're calling me Chainsaw Man, that makes me Gun Devil, Gun Devil, Gun Devil, Gun Devil, Gun Devil, Swordman. Oh, let's go, Swordman. Oh, let's go with that. Oh my, make me Swordman. Let's go with that. As they just like looking and it's like, seriously, who is this loser? Yeah. Oh my gosh. How? Okay. This makes a lot more sense. Okay. All right. Wait 1 second. Where's Power? Where is she? Okay. I'm sorry, I had to do that. Okay. Review portion. This was fun. I enjoyed this chapter. I very much did. This chapter had a few points that we need to really break up. We got the introduction of a new, most likely not main female lead, but a new lead. What's very interesting is that she is a part of the Special Division 7, which is the division that I do believe that Denji was a part of when Maki was in charge, before she did all of the Maki things. So we get to learn who this new female character is. From what we know, she's definitely a devil hunter. We don't know what contracts that she has, but we know for a fact that her name is Fumiko Mifumi, and that she's 22 years old, and that she likes to flirt and harass high schoolers, specifically Denji, who is underage. You know what? Let's just go and check to make sure that Denji is actually underage, because that's something that is very important that we really need to talk about. But besides that, this chapter was, once again, a very fun chapter. We got to see some cool banter between these three characters, and I'll be very interested to see if the dynamic between Fumiko, Fushida, and Denji is going to somewhat mimic the dynamic between Power, Denji, as well as Aki. And that's something else that we're going to have to talk about. So looking at it, he is 17. He's 18 according to chapters 102 to current. So yes, most likely he is in his final years of high school, which is something that I predicted. So okay, technically it's still kind of creepy because she's 4 years older than him, 5 years older than him. It's still kind of creepy also because he most recently just turned 18. I think I know why Fujimoto did it. He realized, oh yeah, Denji's 18. Now he can actually have, that's besides the point. But overall, really like their interactions in this chapter. I can't wait to see more of it in this chapter. But what I was actually not anticipating is what happened in the second half of this chapter. Or not the end, but the second half with Asa and Yoru, and how Asa's beginning to kind of get that high that Denji had, being loved and liked by many people, which makes sense for the person that she is. Someone who pretty much just hates herself, hates her existence, and believes that she shouldn't have to exist, and hurts people closest to her just by her being a klutz. But the fact that now people are praising her is giving her a little bit more hope than she's ever had in her entire life. And this is something that is very much what happened with Denji. So it shows that these two characters have a connection on a thematic level when it comes to their admiration of being liked by a lot of people, and how their roles are about to be sort of kind of flipped but are still interlinked with one another, which is what I enjoyed about Asa and Denji in this part, is how they are connecting and how they're most likely going to be pushed together through these connections and potentially have an actual relationship. Hopefully, if Fumiko doesn't get involved. But probably what was the best stinger of the chapter that we've had so far is the reveal of Sword Man, or as we know him best as, most likely, Katana Man. And here's the thing. I would really like for this to be a connection with Katana Man, because here's the thing. We do know for a fact that devils do reincarnate on the earth when they are killed in hell, and then they are brought back to earth. I do think that this is potentially Katana Man going now by Sword Man, because Katana is a version of sword, so it would make sense. That's just my theory, and the title of this chapter pretty much gives it away. But the fact that he's familiar with Chainsaw Man could imply a few things. And it's not that he's familiar with Chainsaw Man. He's familiar with Chainsaw Man, but Denji more specifically. He knows that Denji is Chainsaw Man, and it's implied that there are a lot more people within the world that know that Denji is Chainsaw Man, which is why we had those group of members actually going after him. But the implication here could be that this individual is the reincarnation or rebirth of Katana Man, and how he brings up the idea that he doesn't remember who he is or who Denji is, but he just has this sense or kinship with him, which would make sense because that kinship was built when he fought Katana Man. Now, we will know for a fact if Sword Man is Katana Man and I apologize for the noise that's on. Alright, I'm just gonna let it pass and talk over it. If Denji decides to keep in the balls and is oh, I remember you. So this is something very interesting. I can't wait to see where this is going to be going, and whether or not this person is going to be an ally to Chainsaw Man, or if he's going to be another antagonistic force. I do believe that with the conversation that they're having right now, I do think that he's going to be more of an ally than a foe, and he's just going to join the crew of Denji that is eventually going to grow bigger and bigger until eventually we get literally what happened in part 1, where everyone that he loves and cares about will be destroyed. And what this is, if this is true, means that other characters that we saw in part 1, the other devils that we saw in part 1, will most likely return in part 2, because we've already seen it with the Bat Devil, as well as with the Chicken Devil, which I believe is something that we see more in the actual anime, but it could have been a scene that we saw in the manga, or more or less a fiend. We get that. There's just a whole bunch of connections between part 1 and part 2 when it comes to parallels. The aquarium, the Infinity Devil, that gets retread as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we already know for a fact that we're going to get power, because that was what was set up in part 1, a goal that Denji would eventually have. We already have the Control Devil. Most likely we may get the return of the Gun Devil with Aki and probably the other fiends. I really want to see the Shark Devil. That would be fun. Or the Shark Fiend if he were to return. As well as the Violence Fiend and Angel as well. They'll be fun for them to come back into the story, and maybe they'll take on different forms. Maybe they'll be even more antagonistic than they were at the beginning. We just don't know. But this pretty much may confirm that those characters will be coming back within this part. And I cannot wait to see them and they return back into the story proper, because they were very fun characters and they really didn't have that much of a spotlight, so they may get more of a spotlight here. But yeah, that's all I really have to say for this chapter reaction / review. What did you think of the chapter? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? And do you think that this individual is the reincarnation of Katana Man? Leave your thoughts down below. I would love to read them, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more content like this. Do all that cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye!